What is a holographic universe and what does it teach us about doing shadow work and gifts and skills that we have within us that are yet to be unlocked? So in the theory of the holographic universe, everything is everything. Everything that is outside of us is inside of us. A bit like that hologram on a credit card. If you look at a part of that hologram, that one small part shows the whole. So if we have this realization that everything is everything and everything is interconnected, then whatever goes on for us in our external reality will be linked to something inside of us. And I'm going to give you a really specific example here. This is something I see very commonly, is people saying that they are triggered by someone. And they're triggered by someone's specific behaviours. So I had this is something that I worked through with this knowledge of the holographic universe a few years ago. So I kept having these repeating patterns of narcissistic relationships, narcissistic people coming into my life. And what that meant, and what this means for you when this happens, is those behaviours that you see in those people are inside of you. Now, I know what you're thinking, and this was my initial reaction. I was like, what? But they're being really selfish and really horrible. I am not those things. And the more I resisted that, the more I was like, no, I'm a good person. The worse it got, okay? And I kept having these repeating cycles. When I fully stopped and looked at this and wrote down the behaviours of those people, so narcissists, for example, selfish, controlling, demanding, manipulative. I wrote down all the behaviours. And then I had this huge light bulb moment, and this comes into that holographic universe. So at some point in time, we were told, usually as children, you mustn't be selfish, you mustn't be manipulative, you mustn't be controlling. And so we've pushed these parts of ourselves so far down that we can't even use them in a healthy way. And we develop a wound where consciously we are displaying the opposite thing. So let's say that wound is selfishness. Maybe we're told age 4, that's really selfish. Good girls should not be selfish. Really common one, right? So we push down that wound, we push that down, we must not be selfish. So we develop these people-pleasing tendencies where we put everyone else above ourselves, and this creates a wound. The narcissist, who's very consciously, outwardly selfish, unless they're a covert narcissist, which is another topic entirely, their over-selfishness comes into our wound and plugs into it, a bit like an outlet that we've got in our chest, okay? So these people are triggering us because they're plugging into a wound that is in us. And what is asking through this holographic universe, what this is asking to be unlocked is that gift side of selfishness. So what could being selfish in a healthy way look like for you? Or whatever your example is of this, let me know in comments. So if I was being more selfish, I would have better boundaries. I would ask for what I need. I would up my self-care, okay? And these are all healthy expressions of that selfishness. And when I started to do this for all of the behaviours of these people that were in my reality, they left. They went away. I no longer attracted narcissistic relationships. I no longer attracted narcissistic connections in my business and things like that, because I no longer had the wound, because I'd allowed the gift side of that behaviour I was seeing in me to come out. So this is how, using this holographic universe, we can co-create our reality by looking at everything outside of us as something also inside of us that we can shift and change. Any questions? Let me know.